Hi guys, my name is Edwin Joseph Christie. Today I'll be doing a presentation on the suicide rates on top 5 countries. This is my lab 2/3 working with Excel for my business intelligence class. So let's get to the first slide. Today we'll be doing suicide rate reports in the top 5 countries during the period 1985 to 2016, and all today's contents will be on why I chose this topic, screenshots from the Excel. It'll have screenshots on the different three pivot tables. It'll have the screenshots on all the three charts which I created using the pivot table, all the references at the end, and the link to the video will be uploaded once I upload the video on YouTube. So why I chose this topic? First of all, let me just give a small definition on what suicide is. Suicide is an act or an instance of taking one's own life voluntarily or intentionally. So it's like someone trying to kill themselves or end their life. And the main reasons that lead to suicide are depression in life or feeling lonely. Most of the people are having depression issues, some life issues, and there's different solutions for this, which people still doesn't know. And our society needs to understand that you're not alone. We can thrive through anything. Nothing's impossible. And also from the data which I'm going to show you today, from the charts and from the pivot tables, you can understand that most of the suicide occur between 34 to 54 years aged people. And the chart which I'm going to show today contain the suicide rates of top 5 countries from the period 1985 to 2016. So this was the raw data which I collected online. And then I cleansed it. I removed some columns, I only kept the columns which was required to create the pivot tables and the charts. This was the first pivot table which I created. It's a comparison between the country and the sum of suicide numbers between the on the top 5 countries. First I chose top 10 countries, but the data was too much data, and I felt that top 5 countries should be enough to show the data and explain the points. The second one is the pivot table comparison between country and age. So in the country, there's different age, which is then used to calculate the population. So it shows the population in different age groups. And my last pivot table was we have the country, the different age groups, and the sum of suicide numbers in each age group. So as from this table is where I got my point saying that most of the suicides occur between the age 35 to 54 years. And this was my final chart which I created. As you can see, the first one shows the top 5 countries with high suicide rates. The second one shows the countries representing their population along with the age. And the final chart shows the suicide rates between different age groups in those top 5 countries. These were my references where I got my information from. So now let's go to the Excel page and let me show you guys how I did the stuff. So we got the raw data right here. It's exactly like it was from where I got the data from. I didn't touch it. I didn't make any changes. In the clean data, I copied the raw data, removed some columns which wasn't required. So we have the country, year, sex, age, suicide number, population, country, year, and all this stuff. So the first pivot table which I created, we have, let me just show you guys, field list. We took the country, we took the suicide numbers, and we selected the whole thing. Well, I first created this as a usual bar chart, and in my final data, I changed this into a pie chart because I thought pie chart looked more informative. It was much more, it showed the data much more easier. It was easy to read and easy to see. So here it's a usual chart with bars, but here I changed to a pie chart, so it's actually a pie chart. And how I changed to a pie chart is click here and I clicked here, not here, but oops, right here, and then you can go, what was it, design. I think it was in, so yeah, I changed it here. I changed it to a pie chart here, right here. That is my sheet one. And how I selected the top 5 countries, I did filter the data right here. You have value filters. You can select top 10. Once you click on this, you'll have an option to select how many countries. So I said top 5 instead of 10 because when I took 10 countries, I felt like it was too much data and it wasn't easy to read. So I just decided to go with top 5 countries. We have top 5 countries suicide numbers. As you can see, Russian Federation comes to be the first one with a highest number of suicide rates. And all the data which I'm showing here is between the time period of 1985 to 2016. And the second chart shows the countries, the sum of population between the different age groups. So we have the same chart here, right here. That is the population. I did, so as you can see, since Russian Federation had the highest number of suicide rates, the population in Russian Federation is low compared to United States because United States comes to be the second country with high suicide rates. And that was my second chart comparing the countries with the different age group and the population. And my third chart compares the countries, the age group with the suicide numbers. And I did hide all these fields, so you can right click and hide value field buttons on the chart. In my second chart, I had to filter these countries, like I had to manually go in and select only the top 5 countries because I couldn't do a value filter top 10 because it was not based on the sum of suicide rate, it was based on sum of population. So I had to go in manually and filter the data here for the countries. So I had to select all the 5 countries manually right here. We have that. And then I selected population, age, and country for my second one. Alright, for my third one, we have the country, age, and sum of suicide. Just like we did for the first one, we value filter top 5 countries. We have all the sum of suicide. I did remove all these value fields, so if you go to the final data, you won't be able to see it. As you can see, in Russian Federation, in all the top 5 countries, as you can see, the highest rate of suicide occurs between the age of 35 to 54. In United States, right here, in Ukraine, right here, in Russian Federation, that's the highest because Russian Federation has the highest number of suicide rates, as you can see in the first chart right here, 33%. Second comes United States, and third is Japan. So as you can see right there, Russian Federation has 12.95% of suicide rates between the age 35 to 54. Same with Japan. Japan kind of goes almost similar in 35 to 54 age year and 55 to 74 years of age. Also the same with France. So this was the data, this was the chart which I did. Let me just shrink it down so right there, that's the data. Maybe a bit bigger. Yeah, that's the data. We have the first chart, the second one, and the third one. And that's what I did for my lab 2, 3 assignment. Uh, Hopefully it gives an idea on the suicide rates between the period 1985 to 2016 and gives an overall overview of what's happening in the world and which age group has more tendency or more suicide rates happening. Thank you guys.